for a man to overpower me.
God damn, that shit was sexy as fuck.
Next on The Haves and the Have-Nots.
His name is Samuel Wilson. They're up to something, and I want to know what it is.
You don't get it, do you? She's giving you power over everything. You could take all this money and put it in your name.
The quiet lady should no deal. I'll make it look like an accident.
Police caught him. They have him in custody. And at least we know he's safe.
But what about the money? Mom didn't pay that fee. Then we all owe a shit. No, please, come on.
All right, Have and Have Not fans, this will be the end credit trailer for next week's episode, Father's Day, not the actual trailer that we saw after the episode. When that gets released or when somebody sends it my way, I will happily do a trailer breakdown, but for now we'll just use the end credit trailer. So thank you to the fans who sent it my way. I really do appreciate it because I wouldn't be able to do these videos in a timely manner without you. You know the drill. Go ahead and like this video, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out when I post content to the channel, and links to all my various forms of social media are in the description box below. Just to do a quick breakdown, remember this is the penultimate episode, season 7, episode 19, entitled Father's Day. The synopsis: Veronica makes moves to stay ahead of her enemies. So basically, the beginning of the trailer is Veronica with the gun. It looks like Samuel's holding her back. I cannot stand for a man to overpower me, mainly because of the fact, you know, Veronica doesn't like to be in any kind of vulnerable or weak position unless she allows it. And then Samuel's like, damn, that shit was effing sexy. I'm guessing, and then they start making out. And then from there, Veronica's on the phone. I think she says Samuel Wilson. I listened back. I did a playback on that particular line of dialogue multiple times. I think she said Samuel Wilson. So Laura and Samuel Wilson. She suspects that there's some foul play going on. They're up to something, and I want to know what it is. So basically, I feel like this possibly confirms that she did overhear the dialogue between Laura and Samuel outside of her front door in last night's episode. And given the fact that Samuel's overpowering her, I'm guessing that she has the gun and she's about to blow, shoot some bullets at Colby, Trevor, and Terry. But Samuel probably overpowers her to prevent her from killing them. And then they run away. And then from there, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I would kind of find that maybe a little bit sexy. I don't know why, but okay, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I do have a thing for women in positions of power. So as long as she ain't pointing the gun at me, there ain't nothing sexy about that. But from there, we have Al explaining to Hannah that if she wanted to, given her position of power, she could take all the estate money and put it under her own name. Now, in the trailer, I feel like there was some more dialogue added to the scene in the trailer that makes me suspect to Al's intention. But I think that in this particular trailer, he's just breaking down more terminology like, hey, just so you know, as an executor, if you wanted to, you could take this money, put it in your name, and then go from there. Then we have Vinny on the phone calling. I'm going to assume Mama Rose. Either he's calling Mama Rose or the chief from the police station. Well, then again, that chief had called the Malones in the last episode, I believe, saying that Catherine's not budging. So maybe Catherine is in a scene during this episode and she once again refuses to give the money. But Vinny's on the phone, which I'm guessing Mama Rose saying that, you know, it's no deal. So I'll go ahead and make his death look like an accident. Because I really do feel at the end of the day, if, as Mama Rose said, 24 hours, if the money isn't here, kill him. So I'm thinking that even though he's the Don, Mama Rose was the one that assigned him to that mission. And I think that Vinny's calling Mama Rose to let her know what's going down. And since Catherine refused, Wyatt will die. But then we go to another cutaway where David's telling Jim that the police said they caught Wyatt and he's in custody. And Jim's like, at least we know he's safe. I'm guessing this is a cover story because, again, some of, but not all of the police are under or in the Malone's pocket. So I'm guessing that David either calls the police or David gets a phone call or whatever, and then gets confirmation that Wyatt has been captured and he is in custody. So I don't know if in the next episode we're going to see David going down to the jail to see Catherine because Jim asked him to, But in any case, we just know that somehow David gets the intel that Wyatt's safe in custody, but we know that's not the truth. Then the final scene is a group of the Malones, or maybe not even Malone. Well, I'm guessing they're Malones. Basically, guys at the bar. They have Wyatt, you know, in a hold, and Wyatt's begging, like, what about the money? You know, your mom didn't put up a dime for your kid. And don't worry, this is going to be over quick. And then Wyatt's begging for his life. It looks like Vinny is going to slit his wrist. So basically, he's going to do the job that Wyatt was doing to himself in the jail. But now Wyatt wants to cry about it. I honestly don't really have anything to say on that, because given the fact that at the end of, not even the end of last season, but the beginning of the mid-season finale episode where Wyatt slit his wrist, we had to wait 6 months to find out if he was dead. And then the season, you know, kicked off the back half, and it turns out he wasn't dead. And now we go a few episodes ago where Vinny fires a gun. Oh my God, did he kill Wyatt? Oh no, Wyatt isn't shot. He isn't even killed. I mean, he isn't killed, he isn't shot. And now are we, and again, I don't mean to like just speak negativity, but this season, not just the show, but this season alone, it doesn't have the best track record with suspense. So even though it's like, oh shit, he really is going to get killed, it's like, we heard it all before, but your lies ain't working. Seriously, I'm just tired of it. I mean, even if Wyatt is indeed killed, I don't care. And I'm not just saying this from a place of I've been done with Wyatt, because honestly, I've been done. I know a lot of us have been done with the character. Tyler has just overplayed this Wyatt, is he dead or not thing way too many times. I honestly don't care. I do not care. I mean, I bet, what if there's a phone call at the last, almost like, you know, Abraham and Isaac in the Bible, when Abraham was about to sacrifice Isaac, right before he was about to bring the knife down, the angel like, no, this was just a test. I mean, imagine that, like, Vinny has the knife right at the wrist. What if Mitch comes downstairs and then stops it? What if a phone call comes through saying that Catherine is going to give us the money? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I just do not care. I do not care. So that's honestly it for this particular trailer. And just like last week, once we get the full trailer, I will do another breakdown, especially if there's actually more stuff in that particular trailer that wasn't in the end credit trailer. But yeah, Father's Day. Once again, William did not show up, the man who is supposed to be Jeffrey's father. But again, maybe he won't show up until next season due to the fact that, well, rewrites. Remember, this entire back half of the season was reshoots and new material to stretch it out, so that could explain why it's so lackluster in a lot of places. But with that being said, you know, once again, it looks like Samuel prevents Veronica from killing any of the guys to start making out. Veronica makes a phone call because she suspects Laura and Samuel of foul play. Al tells Hannah that if she wanted to, she could put all the money in her name. You know, then the back half of the trailer obviously had to do with the Malones. Vinny reporting to, I'm going to assume, Mama Rose, that the criers didn't pay up. We're going to kill Wyatt, make it look like an accident. And David apparently gets the false information at Wyatt's safe with the police when he's indeed about to get killed by the Malones. So there we go. All right, guys, but as always, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on the trailer. And if you would like to donate to the channel, which is not mandatory but appreciated, feel free to hit me up on Cash App, Patreon, Cash App, PayPal, or join my Patreon for as little as $1 a month.